Hello everyone, my name is Silly, and I am going to show you how to map an OSU Mania map in Laser. Not stable because stable's really bad. Okay, I might as well just start off just by showing you how it all works. So, like, you've got the artist here, this is all the metadata, so it will all show up when you import your MP3 for your song. Then down here, we got resources. You can drop in a background. Your audio track, which you import, goes through here. You can also add hit sounds, all different kinds of hit sounds. I'd rather not explore the soft and drum, unless you fully want to get into hit sounding, I don't know. I mainly stick to normals. Then we've got the difficulty area. It's like the properties of what you want to be adding to the map. So it says key count 5, so it's going to be showing 5 keys here. If I change it to 4, I'll show that, and then now it's 4, and so on. So I can make it like 6. Boom, it shows up with 6. You get the gist, right? Now, dual stage, I wouldn't actually like. It literally just does this. It makes it able to even more keys you wouldn't necessarily put in a map, so I wouldn't worry about that. Same with special style. It's pretty confusing to work with, and I just haven't bothered myself to learn it. Anyway, down to the important stuff. HP drain. HP drain is the amount of time it takes you to die when you continuously miss. So usually I'd recommend putting it high, like really high. If this is like a rice map, like no LNs, no long notes, it's just straight notes. If you're making it like a pretty easy map with no LNs as well, I'd still recommend like putting it a tiny bit high, like this. And same with the OD or the accuracy. If you're making a difficult map, which people at that standard often know how to act really high OD, so it would be best to keep it high as well. So around about 7.5. I'll put that about 7.5 as well. Base velocity and tick rate, that's like a standard only feature. Now we got the design bit. Got a countdown here, which literally just puts a countdown before the actual map starts. Widescreen support is turned on by default. It just makes it so it's in this ratio, like the background specifically. I haven't added a background yet, so it won't show that. Epilepsy warning, it'll just show an epilepsy warning. Letterbox during breaks, literally as it says here. They all show in like little information boxes here. And then same for sample match playback rate, which literally just as it says. Alright, let's get on with the actual adding the resources to the map. Also, just a quick note for hotkeys. Honestly, when mapping Mania, the main hotkeys you should be worried about is Control S, which just saves the map, Control Delete, which just literally deletes the note.
Future me here, I actually kind of messed up. Control A is also an option which just selects all of the notes, and this also applies to standard as well.
And that's it. Get on with the next bit. Alright, now let's get down to the actual importing of the metadata. So, what I mean by metadata is like the background, the audio, the hit sounds, like what I said earlier. So I have here the background to a song by Kevin MacLeod because it's not copyright. What you can literally just do is you can just drag it, drop it into Laser, just like that, and it's in. Boom. Then, with the audio file, you can also drag and drop, and now you have your song. It'll also show a little waveform up here. So you're at setup, right? These are the little tabs for the different parts of the editor. You got setup, which is literally what I just showed you earlier. You've got compose, which just add all of the notes and long notes and stuff. Timings. This is the bit that you add your BPM here. Okay, the description says 116 here. This is the part you mainly want to be once you've added your BPM timing. So you just put in the BPM there. You can even look at the visual representation of the waveform to see if it actually matches up. And then you just play. So now we can go back to compose here. Now we can start adding notes and long notes. But I wouldn't really stress with hold notes if you're completely new to the editor. So you'll completely start here at the beginning. Literally at the beginning here. There you can see the green arrow at the top there, the green line. It just shows you where you are. And then you got the red line to indicate the timing point. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it really simple. You can even use Control Scroll Wheel to change the beat divider, which is pretty cool. What the beat divider is it makes it possible to add different BPMs to the notes. So what I mean by that is 1-1 right here. So 1-1 is literally shows up right here. It's literally just the timing point repeating itself. So I'm just gonna add these lines here. Sorry for the head sound, it's really loud. I'm gonna turn that down. Just gonna keep adding these. But this is just me making it super incredibly simple. Like as simple as possible. And then you'll end up with something like this. Now, you can make the chart more dense. What I mean by that is adding a higher BPM, so twice the BPM, or 1-2, which is the one up from the 1-1 beat divider. You can go like this. Just keeping it really simple, go in between the 1-1. See, it's looking more like a map now. So, we want to press Ctrl S to save again. We want to try and make this feel more alive, because it's just a simple repetitive pattern. It's pretty boring. What I'm going to do now, you have to keep your eyes peeled for this, is I'm going to change the density ever so often of the notes using the different beat dividers here. So if I go up 1, it then doubles up to 4, as you can see. So you can see the blue line. So what I'm going to do now is, on one of these, I'm going to remove this. So like it's like this now. So it gives like that sort of suspension, you know, for the next part of the chart. I'm going to do the same here. So now we got more expression in this chart and it's looking more appealing to play. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a quarter note, which is the 1-4 here. So now it aligns with the actual beat now. I'm going to keep it simple, we're just using this double. You can hear that. You can hear that right there. That's an 8th note. What that is go up again, that's an 8th note. 1/8. What you can do is you can cut out one of these like notes from the line and you can like explore it. It becomes more flexible as you make it more dense, adding like more field of freedom. Catch my drift. And now you can add one here. So See, now we're making it more advanced ever so slightly, you know? See, this is looking more appealing to the eye as we start making it more advanced and more visually cooler, because what we were just doing then was a bit boring. This gives it more pizzazz. What we can also do is we can make it follow the lead or the bass, whatever it is that's in the song. You hear it, right? You can use the quarter notes to advantage here. See? So we're actually getting somewhere here. And then we've got the little like, yeah? So we can use single notes instead of doubles for this because it's quite like a really low volume type thing here. So we can do something here. See, now we're getting more expression into our map. I'm gonna play it now. So this is what it looks like when you finally map it off. That's actually pretty good. I mean, to get started off of this and already get a good looking map already, you're flying high. P.S. I'm gonna leave hold notes for the next video about mapping Mania because it's a lot more complex than just your average rice mapping. Also, if you don't know what I mean by rice, it just means like no long notes. So like this is a rice note here. Literally, we call it rice. It's just a regular note. It's just a slang term. And a map with no long notes, we just call it a rice map because it's more easier to say. Now, once you have imported your audio track, it's good to add the song title, which is Rocket. And then we can add a difficulty name. So this map is, I'd say it's moderately easy. I'll put normal difficulty. Source, you don't need to worry about that yet. And map attacks, you don't need to worry about that. The hit sounds here, you can add one if you want to, but it's not like dragging and dropping. So you want to hit the plus sign, and you want to go to the drive that has the hit sound you want, which for me is going to be this. So now once you've added your hit sound, you want to go back to compose. You want to select all, that's Control A. You want to hit one of these pink N100 things. Okay, now this shows up. This is where you can like change all the hit sounds and whatnot, but just keep all of this the same, okay? All you need to change is the number 1. Change user skin to number 1. So now you've added a custom hit sound. And because it's going to be really loud, you might want to turn it down to 35 to complement the volume of the song. So now I can bring effects volume up. See? Now we're getting somewhere. This is what a map should look like. And let's play it once more. Nice. If you want to give me any questions, you might as well tell me in the comments, or in Discord. My Discord is _. yeah. All of that out of the way. Have a good day, and yeah, get cracking.